What is happening, guys? I hope you're having a good day. I am in bed at the moment to discuss the first challenge in any given day when you have mental health problems, and that is getting out of bed. Getting out of bed is always the hardest thing to do, in my personal opinion, because you're warm, you're comfortable, and if you don't necessarily have a job like I don't at the moment, then why get out of bed? Literally, why get out of bed? And because you're better than that. You are better than just lying around in bed all day feeling sorry for yourself. You have so much potential to get up and do something. You just need to get up and do something. My top tip is not going on your phone in bed. Get out of bed. Turn your phone off if it helps. Turn your phone off. I know you need it for an alarm waking up in the morning, and waking up in the morning and turning your alarm off is different than quickly opening up TikTok, Facebook or Instagram and scrolling for 20 minutes. All right? That is going to release endorphins in the brain and release dopamine, and we don't want that. We don't want a dopamine fix from our phone, because then all day we're going to try and get our dopamine fix from our phone, and that is not very beneficial because it's going to be very hard to do. Whereas if we get outside, go outside and do some stretching, or we just go for a walk. This is the thing, like, everybody thinks that exercise has to be intense, it has to be balls to the wall, but no, you take things slowly, steadily. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. If you go balls to the wall in a marathon, after 10 minutes you're going to be panting on the side of the road dying, whereas everyone else is going to be overtaking you. So you have to look at everything in life. Mental health issues, muscle building, it's all long term. Currently only 3 degrees outside, which is why I'm in so many layers. But going back to the theme of getting out of bed and getting outside, I am very lucky enough to have this little fella to encourage me to get out of bed. But it only encourages, it doesn't make me get out of bed. There's 3 other family members in the house who can walk him, but I feel like this gives me a reason to get out of bed. This helps. Get up, get the dog for a walk, you get him moving, you get him active. Haven't looked at my phone today. Prioritize what you need to do. So the reason I think I'm offering a better service, or a different service than everybody else is because I'm not another personal trainer stood here telling you, yeah, join me, join my team, and you'll be in the best health you physically can be in 2 weeks' time. You know, I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm here to be brutally honest, because that's what I like people being with me, brutally honest. Because what's the point? You're gonna mollycoddle it, you're gonna beat it around the bush, you're gonna, that's a big puddle. Charlie! You know, you're gonna beat around the bush, it's this, it's that, like, no, straight up. If you want a 6-pack, it's probably gonna take you six months to a year to achieve, realistically, if you have a very sedentary lifestyle at the moment. But it's not impossible. It won't take forever. Like I keep saying, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So that's the way you've got to look at it. Right, come on, we've got to go not through that, we've got to go around that. Come on. I'm not getting wet for you today, mate. Oh, I am extremely lucky to live all of a 5-minute walk away from just beautiful open marshland like this, where the dog can just run his arse off. And I don't really have to move that much, which is always nice. I understand a lot of people aren't this beneficial to have a great big landscape in the outdoors next to them. Although, to be fair, my feet are bloody sodden, so a walk inside a city might be better. Charlie! Good boy. Should not have worn nice trainers. So I look at everything in terms of fitness as a tool, because there's so many different aspects to fitness that if you use one to cover every basis, you're just going to be doing something wrong, I think. So like in terms of cardio, I don't classify this as cardio because it's not very high intensity. It's nice, it's long lasting, steady state cardio, which is what I prefer to do. However, if I was going to be doing cardio on a daily basis again, I'd not classify my 10,000 steps as cardio. My 10,000 steps is something I have to do, I think. I think everybody should do them, because 10,000 steps isn't that much. It's only about 5 miles. And it just gets you moving, gets your body flowing, you don't get stiff. You know, that's the top thing for most people who have a sedentary lifestyle, is just getting your 10,000 steps in a day, because for some people that is bloody hard. You know, I look at even people extremely close to me, like my parents. My parents don't do 10,000 steps a day. I don't know anybody that actively tries to do 10,000 steps every single day. My feet are so wet. Yeah, actively do 10,000 steps a day is quite a lot of movement. I mean, if you then compile on cardio and a weight training session in that as well, that's a lot of movement in a day. That's a lot of energy your body is expelling. Having a good shake, are you? So it needs to be well rested, it needs to be well looked after, it needs to be well lubricated, well oiled. You know, our bodies are a machine. Do you know any machine in the world that, faced with enough challenges, will better itself? You know, if we go into the gym and we lift up some weights and we can't lift them, but we consistently go in the gym every single day, our muscles get bigger, they hypertrophy, they get stronger, right? No machine in the world does that. We are the greatest machines on the planet. So why do we not look after ourselves? I'm at fault. I smoke, I drink, you know, we all do these things, but we all know we shouldn't. And that's where I think we need to start. It's just basics, 10,000 steps a day. Stop drinking every day, stop smoking every day, stop eating sugar every day. You know, get your basic things. Get your 5 portions of fruit and veggie in every single day. You know, to some people it might seem impossible, but it's not, and it's not hard either. You just need a tiny bit of determination. I'm talking specifically for the early stages. You need a tiny bit of motivation, and that's it really, and a little bit of willpower. Oh, more bog! Willpower and determination. But I'll try and get some more photos of Charlie now, make it look better. Something I've really tried to do this year is not take what I have around me for granted, because that's something I do all the time. I mean, I am so thankful to live in such a beautiful place like this, because it is just amazing. And it's all of a 5-minute walk from my house, which is just absolutely perfect. Charlie, what are you doing? Come on.
which is absolutely perfect. I used to come up here all the time as a kid on my push bike, and that's my personal favourite form of cardio, being outside on a push bike in nature. Like, what more could you physically want than that? I didn't find my love for the gym until only a few years ago, actually. Baby steps. Every single person in their life will start their fitness journey from a different point than somebody else. Somebody will have never set foot in a gym before. Some people will never want to set in a gym. You know, no matter where you are on your personal fitness journey, it all starts from somewhere, starts from something. Unfortunately, what I see a lot of is people wanting to start doing the gym because they've been fat shamed. You know, oh, I'm not going to mollycoddle you. I think that people can be massively overweight, but on the other side of things, I understand why they're overweight, because I was too massively overweight at one point in my life. You know, and for me, that came back to my depression, my anxiety, the trauma in my life. It might not be the same for you, but it always starts with something. Whether it wasn't a massively traumatic experience when you were young, someone fat shaming you, making you think you're fat, that will probably have stemmed from something in the past for you. Because if you get fat shamed once, you're not just going to jump into the gym. It takes a lot for people to make the change, because it's a lifestyle change. It's not just, oh, I'll go to the gym every day for an hour. It's a whole lifestyle change. You need to get more sleep, you need to get more food, you need to get more water. You need to think about what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. I found more bog. Something I used to watch a lot on YouTube was different fitness influencers talking about the struggles it is when you get really lean. And what really bothers me is nobody's out there talking about the struggles of when you first start a transition in your diet. Because in my personal opinion, having been quite lean, I'm not saying that I have ever been competition bodybuilding lean, because I haven't, but I don't think that is as big of a struggle as when you first start eating healthier and having a better lifestyle. One of my favourite documentaries I ever watched, and it's on YouTube at the moment, it's free to watch, it's called Fit to Fat and Back. It's about one of the top personal trainers, I think he's in America, and he purposely stops training. Negotiate big puddles. Oh, you. Oh, that was a big puddle I put my foot in. Oh dear. But yeah, it's about a personal trainer who purposely stops training and eats McDonald's and gains 30 pounds of pure fat, and then gets back to being really fit, ripped personal trainer again. And he openly admits the hardest part of the entire... Hello, who are you? You are so scared. Go on, what is it? Okay, now I've semi-escaped all that bog, back out onto some more normal tarmac. But yes, Fit to Fat and Back, absolutely amazing documentary. I highly suggest watching that. And he explains that the hardest part about his entire journey was making the initial... Charlie, stop pulling! Hardest part about that transition is physically making the initial transition, because you're so sedentary, your body's so used to being that lazy, it doesn't want to make the change, it doesn't want to get better. So you have to really, really push it. And that's what I'm here to help you do. It just got home, just got the dog washed. I'm going to now get my muscle recovery stuff done, all of my Pilates and my yoga and my stretching, so that I'm done for the day and I can just sit down at 10 to 3 and probably do nothing for the rest of the day. I've got some work to do and some different bits and bobs, but realistically, I'm just going to be taking it easy. I don't feel 100% at the moment. Probably caught something when I was out clubbing on New Year's. So I have been testing myself every single day. It's still coming back negative. I feel fine. But yeah, I just need to get out and get some stretching done. Starting out is always the hardest thing to do, because what most people do is they go in way too hard from the get-go, and you have to think of any kind of weight management, diet, any kind of eating transition where you go from, specifically over the holiday period where you've eaten nothing but rubbish. I'm included in that. I've had a whole month off training, I've eaten nothing but rubbish, and I don't want to move. Top tier thing. That's what happens a lot with people, is your body gets used to what you're doing and it doesn't want to do more than what it has to do. So obviously this past month where I've done absolutely nothing, my body really doesn't want to get moving again, and it's a real struggle for it to get moving. So you have to take it in baby steps. That's always the best way, is baby steps. So today, for example, I've gotten up, I've gone for a 4-mile walk with the dog, and I'm going to do probably 20 minutes for skipping, which isn't massively intensive, but it gets the body used to moving again. It frees it up. I describe myself much like a machine, in terms of if I don't keep myself worked well, then I just seize up. I just turn into like a ball and I can't move, and I get really, really stiff. And this then also comes back to my muscle recovery that I have to do every single day, because again, if I'm not on top of my muscle recovery, then I really struggle moving. I have a lot of really tight muscles, I have a lot of really tight joints, and I really struggle to complete exercise pain-free. And that's what I'm going for, is just pain-free exercise, pain-free daily, because no one likes to be in pain every single day. Top thing for me with motivation and actually physically doing something, and this is something I try and make other people sort of see as well, it's that actually physically doing it, people don't want to get up and do it. So if you don't sit down, then there's no reason for you not to do it. Does that make sense? So what I mean by that is, because it's been a month of doing virtually nothing, the body doesn't want to start doing stuff again. It's quite happy being lazy. The body will be lazy if it can be. So you have to mentally push yourself in order to make it not lazy, and that is extremely hard to do. Physically and mentally, it is almost impossible. If you've been doing it for many years, and you know, you're having joint problems and you're having muscular problems and you get out of breath and you walk up the stairs, then it's going to be 10 times harder for you to it's going to be 10 times harder for you to make that initial transition, because your body has been lazy for so much longer. So when you see athletes who take like a week off or a month off, and they come back to it and they're like, oh, why did I stop, blah blah blah, it's because their body needed that rest. There's a difference between needing the rest, overworking, overtraining, than simply not wanting to train. And this can happen a lot. This happened to me a lot when I was at work. When I was working, you know, you go anything over like 50 hours a week, and training every single day while working 50 hours a week, and I mean, you're talking at least 10 to 15,000 steps a day. It's knackering. It is knackering. There's not enough food on the planet. When I was working hard and training hard, I was only able to do it for a matter of months, because I was at complete physical exhaustion. I was eating crazy amounts of food. I worked in a pub, so I was able to access all of the pub food, which is always high calorie, unless you purposely spend the time to make it not high calorie. So that's what I struggled with the most, is actually physically training and working. And this is when you need to really look at your training style. How intense is your training? How much do you train? How regularly do you train? How much do you push yourself when you're in the gym? All of these things are extremely important pieces of information to know, because you can adjust accordingly. When I was in the summertime, when I was working at the pub, and I was walking 20 to 30,000 steps a day, training when I got home or training before I left. I was eating upwards of 9,000 calories a day. And I know that might sound nice, but it's not. I can promise you, eating that much food on a daily basis is not enjoyable. I was excited to get home and not eat, and I had to come home every single day and eat because I was so hungry. I wasn't particularly tracking my calories during that time because I was working so much, I was exercising so much, I was losing weight left, right and centre, building muscle left, right and centre. It was a happy time. But like I said, you can only go for so long before you burn out. And I had 2 weeks off, completely 2 weeks off. I did not move, I didn't go to work, I didn't do anything. So what's more beneficial? Taking more time throughout your life to periodically increase your training while not overdoing it, or balls to the wall, go for it, and then you have 2 months off. That's also another massive thing with muscular injury, is if you have a problem, it needs to be dealt with over a period of months, and if not years, for it to get better. Whereas if you just think, I feel amazing today, let's go in the gym and squat 100 kilos, oh fuck, my knee's gone bang, I wonder why. You know, so it's a lot of common sense, but I understand that common sense isn't a massively understood thing. In terms of fitness, a lot of people look at it and think, oh, you know, it's only my body, it's only this, it's only some weights, what could it do? You know, but you look at any sort of, you look at strongmen, for prime example, strongmen, they rip off their biceps, rip off their triceps, rip off their chest, like, and how is that going to benefit? Oh, how's that going to benefit anyone? See, I'm in pain. I'm just sat here and I'm in pain and I hate it. And nothing I can do about it. Well, that's the thing. I've had a month off and I'm in a lot of pain at the moment. So when I sort of get back to it, get back regularly doing my Pilates, regularly doing my yoga, regularly doing my stretches, regularly exercising, then my body does get a lot freer. That's the thing I struggle with. But my personal struggle is getting started. I struggle so much getting started with something new that I procrastinate and I procrastinate and I procrastinate and I don't want to do it. I refuse. Like now, it is it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And all I wanted to do today was get my 10,000 steps in and have a 20-minute skip. And I'm sat here talking to you, procrastinating. I've done my 10,000 steps. I have done my 10,000 steps. And eating healthier. That's the other thing that I am trying to accomplish, just really basically. So jump on the scales to find out what weight you are. Have a good look in the mirror. And then start eating healthier. Just clean up your diet. Like I say, baby steps. It's always baby steps. If you go balls to the wall, I'm counting my calories, I'm getting a workout in today, I'm getting my cardio in today, I'm going to go for a fat walk. I could have done it. I had the motivation to do it today. However, would I have then gotten out of bed tomorrow? No. And going back to the whole marathon thing, you have to look at this long term. If you want to build muscle consistently over many periods of years, you need to look at this long term. Look at it day to day. Are you ill? Take the day off. 1 day off of training will not ruin your entire life. But if you go and train and hurt yourself and are off for a period of months, that will have a damaging effect, won't it? So just think about it logically. So it's just the motivation to get out of bed. So what I did this morning was I struggled to get out of bed. I was rolling around for 20 minutes. And then once I got out of bed, get out of bed and get up. Do not sit back down again. That is my top tier motivational tip. Do not sit back down as soon as you get out of bed. Don't go into the lounge and watch telly. Make yourself a coffee, have an apple, have a banana, go for a walk. By doing this, primarily, don't look at your phone as well. Primarily, what has happening in your brain is the chemicals are going to be released to enable you to do certain things and what your brain will want to do. If you start off your brain with a heavy dopamine fix on your phone, then it's going to go and try and get the dopamine fix from your phone for the rest of the day. Whereas if you get up, food, drink, out for exercise, without thinking about it, Don't look at your phone for Instagram. Don't check your messages. Don't check your emails. They can wait an hour, can't they? They can wait an hour. So if you get out of bed, coffee, apple, and you can get it on the go. And if you're not a morning person for food and drink, just get up, get dressed, and get out. If you're out the house, you will be hungry within 5 or 10 minutes. And that's something else that I've started doing, is walking to a coffee shop. Yes, it's money. I understand that. And not everybody is able to afford a coffee every day. I can't afford a coffee every day. But, you know, get a portable coffee cup and make a coffee to go with you as well. That's something that I do. If I can't afford a coffee out, I know it may only be £2, £3, but it's £2 or £3 every single day that you can save. You know, we're here to save money, and we're here to just do everything right. If you don't have to go and spend, because even if it's £2 a day, even if it was £2 a day, 7 days a week, it's £14 a week, right? And then you got £48, nearly £50 a month on coffee. Not okay. So my recommendation is, like, just go for a walk, and you don't even have to take a coffee with you. Get up, go for a walk, grab the dog, grab your push bike, grab an umbrella, just go for a walk. Even if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter how long it is. You're getting up, you're getting that dopamine fix from exercise. Your brain is switched on, it's ready, it's gotten all of natural sunlight, it prepares the body, it wakes it up a lot better. That's what they always say. You should never have coffee in the morning, you should have an apple, because coffee never wakes you up properly. And to a lot of people that will sound ridiculous, and I start my day off every single day with a coffee, but it is scientifically proven that you'll have more energy if you were to eat an apple than have a coffee. It prepares your body better, it wakes up your entire digestive system. Coffee doesn't, it just passes through you.